The outskirts of the small town of Gold Hill, Oregon, there is a place that skews the senses and for decades has baffled casual visitors and professional investigators alike. Nestled within the forest is the Oregon Vortex and House of Mystery, a dilapidated shack where gravity and light play inexplicable tricks. A place where mysterious forces seem to warp the very laws of nature. Here in this strange and remote setting, every visitor is an eyewitness to phenomena that baffle the mind and defy our long-held notions of logic and common sense. Since 1930, visitors the world over have come to this unique center of mystical energy, where bottles roll uphill, brooms stand on end. People themselves appear to grow and shrink with a few short steps. The strange nature of this place was first brought to the world's attention in 1930 by John Lister, a self-educated physicist and geologist who purchased the land in 1918 and spent the next 3 decades conducting 14,000 experiments in the vortex. However, as Maria Cooper, the House of Mystery's owner, explains, knowledge of this weird zone goes far back into the past.
This area was known to the Indians way before Whiteman was here. And the Indians wouldn't come into this area because their horses wouldn't come in here, and they called it the Forbidden Grounds.
Among Lister's discoveries was the apparent tendency of objects or persons to grow and shrink in size merely by moving through the vortex from north to south. It's a phenomenon that Lister claimed expanded or contracted the molecular structure of all matter, cutting through the vortex's lines of force, which he called terror lines. This eerie phenomenon is even repeated today. Mark Cooper is a guide for modern visitors to the vortex.
You can see here my elbow going straight across there is going a bit over her head. Top of her hair is probably coming across here, right in the bridge of my nose. Her right elbow is probably coming across just under my chin. Does that look about right to everyone? Alright. Well, if I could just go ahead and get you to trade places with me here. Well, we can see here, my elbow is going even further over her head. The top of her hair is now coming across here, right into my mouth. And her elbow is probably coming across right into the top of the collar on my shirt there. What we're actually seeing is you walk towards the south, or west as I am right now, that you're physically expanding, and thereby getting larger. There's no more or less of you. Your molecules have simply grown a bit further apart to conform to your surroundings. Then as you would walk back towards the north, or east as I am right now, you're physically condensing, and thereby getting smaller.
While this weird spectacle is more vividly seen in person than on camera, the most compelling part of it is that it's not merely seen, but actually felt.
Then I just want you to go ahead and rotate around with me, and tell me if you can actually feel a change in height take place there, change in the angle of your arms.
The mere act of facing in a new direction creates a physical sensation.
Geez, yeah, down more.
So you can actually feel that change in height physically in your arms there?
Yeah, I can.
It's an experience that is amusing, if a little disconcerting.
I came in with my wife. She's 5'3", I'm 6 feet. And one time she was actually taller than I was. And you can actually feel when you put your arms together, and you can actually feel the drop. And the platform we were on was level. It's interesting.
This bizarre change of size is captured in photographs that compare the same 4 people who are apparently the same height, yet suddenly alter their size just by changing their positions. But there are even more baffling phenomena once you enter the House of Mystery. Though the house itself is not the cause of these strange events, it is a showcase for a variety of odd occurrences and sensations. Once inside, the body unexpectedly leans at odd angles towards magnetic north, regardless of the angle of the floor. And gravity itself seems to work in reverse.
Right over here, I just have myself a glass bottle. I'm just going to use a glass bottle here because glass can't be magnetized in any way. So if I were to go ahead and roll this glass bottle down that hill, it should roll down there, and as long as it doesn't kick it, it should hit his feet and stay there, right? Let's go ahead and try that.
Incredibly, the bizarre forces that work in this zone cause the bottle to repeatedly roll uphill in defiance of all known natural law. These strange occurrences make believers, even out of those prepared to dismiss them as illusions.
I came in thinking, since I'd been in the construction business, I'd be able to throw this theory and expose it all. And of course I couldn't do that. This is my third time here, and it's the same. I can tell when things are level pretty well from my construction experience, but when the ball rolls uphill, you begin to realize that your judgment's not accurate.
It's actually a lot of fun when we get engineers coming through. We get a lot of them from Germany, because they just have these extreme reactions of complete disbelief.
Nor is this zone of mysterious energy restricted to the ground. Reports of malfunctioning instruments on aircraft passing overhead suggest that this strange phenomenon extends high above the region.
When you approach it in an aircraft, and it's been checked as high as 45,000 feet, it knocks the instruments off. And that was on your earlier aviational maps and charts, I think before 1972.
Furthermore, visitors report weird physical sensations when entering the vortex.
Yeah, when I walked in the building, I just felt like really disorientated. I mean, not just looking at it, but just the feeling. I don't know, just like a feeling in your stomach. You walk in there, just almost off balance.
Yeah, as soon as we got out of the house, I felt fine. It was just when we were in there, I just felt a little bit gross.
The surprises offered by the vortex don't end once visitors leave. Often they discover bizarre photographic anomalies on the pictures they've taken during their visit. Odd whirlpools of light appear without any apparent cause or explanation. As to what created this strange region of energy, theories abound. As to the real explanation, we may never know, because ominously, only a few years before his death, Lister burned all the notes he took during his 30 years of research. It was during the period of the Cold War. Perhaps he discovered something he felt the world was not ready to learn. Perhaps he found nothing. We shall never know.